Okay, today I'm going to show you how to use the multi-print option on Mozaik. I am running version 13 point something something. They have a 14 version out. I'm assuming it's going to be the same, so we're just going to go through this. Now, understand, I am just a run-of-the-mill cabinet maker. I am not a software developer. I am not a software guru, but I know how to use multi-print to get me the options that I want. So let's go through some of this stuff because I've had quite a few people message me saying, hey, how do you get your multi-prints like this? Well, let me show you. First thing we're going to do, because this is something that I've had some people ask me about, and that is, how do you set up your title page? Now, this right here is kind of your title page right over here. It shows your job name here, shows your shop, your email, your logo. You can adjust all of these sections here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to click edit current title block. Okay? And all of these options over on the left hand side of your screen are where you're going to be able to drag and drop things onto the title block. You can adjust certain things. So you have symbols that show you different options for doing your drawings, whatever, if you want to put those in there. The one that I use this for mostly is, here, we'll make this a little bigger, is for the logos. So they come with Mozaik up in this corner over here as the main logo. I think it's that one. But I put my logo in there. Here, let's get rid of that one. And I'll show you how to add the logo, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have logos. So let's go ahead and do that. What you want to do is hit cancel on that edit. You're going to go over to the right hand side and you're going to click import. And you're going to be able to select any options over here to import. Okay, so I'm going to go to my logo wherever it's located in my computer. Mine is located in downloads. Okay, after you bring your logo into this space, what you're going to do is go over to the right hand side under the symbols library, go to logos, hit plus. And basically you have to have this selected. So that's not selected, that is selected. You can tell by these little triangles around there, okay? So that is selected. And by selecting this and then going to the plus button, you can import it into that logos part. So we're gonna go demo, and there it is, right here. You can see it's right there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna delete that. And then you go to right click, edit title block, and that is where you can grab this logo and you can drag it in and you can literally put that logo wherever you want. So I can resize it. I'm gonna hit the move button and I'm gonna put it right there, okay? There we go. And then you're gonna hit okay. And what that's gonna do is that now your title block on all of your pages is going to have that logo in there, okay? Let's go back into edit current title block. We're going to remove that. Now each of these options, you see it says shop name, shop email, it has that whatever, those certain types of brackets there. Basically what that means is that what's in between those brackets will be the imported job name for your job. So there are these variables. So you can say put your shop name, shop email, and what you'll do is that you would grab those and you would just drag them over and drop them wherever you want. See that right there? I already have it up here, so I don't need it. So you can basically drag and drop those wherever you want. I changed the orientation of these. These were, 90 degrees to the left. But you just take your rotate tool, click, and then you can move that, okay? So these tools up here are important to know what they are. I mostly use the rotate tool, the move tool, and then the select tool, okay? But that's how you can adjust your title block if you want something to be in there, all the time, like say your phone number. You can always add that. You can always just draw a text box, and go, your job, your phone number, you can put that in there. and then you would just hit the move tool, and you put that in your title block, and then you'd hit OK, and then you'd go across, and then that number is always there. Right click, edit current title block. We're going to grab that piece and we're going to get it out of there because it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, you can adjust everything right in there. It's really simple. That's how you get your title block the way you want it. That way, you look a little bit more professional. Okay, so we're going to go from there, and we're going to jump over to how we will fill this area with all of our with our drawings. So we're going to minimize all of these things over here, and then we're going to go to drawings, and I want to bring up the second bath. So these plans are separated by room. So we have the powder room, master bath, laundry, room 1, which is the kitchen, and that is what these are. This drop down menu, that's what those are. Okay, so that's room 1, laundry, master bath, and if I go back to multi-print, that's what I have to choose from. I can grab and drop that, and I'm using these little white buttons there in the corner to move it around. If the scale is not the way you want it, like if it's too big, you have to go over here to the page scale. So this will change the scale of all objects on this page. Okay, and it only adjusts the scale on that specific page. It doesn't change it on all the pages. Okay, so yeah, so if you have like a really big layout like this one and you need to fit it into the page, you can do that. You can also change the size of your page. I have mine 11 by 17 because I can fit more on there, and most people are viewing this on a PDF anyway. You can just go to page setup and you can click and change, everything there. You can change your margins. You can change the orientation. There's a lot of things you can do there. But anyway, that's how I do mine. But anyway, if you want to bring in your floor plan, you have that option. So let's actually remove this floor plan so I can use more bits and pieces. So I have my floor plan of my second bath, and say I want it to be there. Say I want it a little bit bigger. Yes. And reposition it. And then I want to go to elevations because I want to show the front of the cabinets, not just the top-down view. I'm going to scroll down to second bath wall 1, which is this back wall. As you can see, wall 1 or wall 2 right there. And the second bath wall 1. And then you can see the just a quick little snapshot of what it looks like up there. It's like, oh, I don't want the side view, I want the front. So I'm going to grab and drop that in there. I'm going to grab this corner, I'm going to move it up. Okay. Also, this is something that that'll help you out because you'll probably be layering these in the space because sometimes you want to fit more on the page than this thing will allow. See, if I go like this, oh, it's behind. Also, I can align these perfectly by dragging. I can align this, with the edge of the wall or whatever if I want to. But say if I want this right here to be on top of that. See, this elevation is overlapping the floor plan. I can right click and I can send it to the back or bring it to the front. So that means it'll basically, what it does is it's basically like each of these parts is a piece of paper, and you're just layering them on a table, and you say, actually, I want this one to be on top of that one, so I'm going to bring that to the front. Each of these is its own layer, so you just want to keep that in mind while you're adjusting all your stuff. You're like, hey, I don't know why I can't see this. Well, just click, bring it to the front, and it'll be there. So now, why did you do that? I did not want that. There, leave it there. Okay. All right, so we know how to draw plans in. You can draw plans from anywhere, but see, I can draw them from the master bath wall. I can draw it from anywhere. But basically, if there is a wall, there's going to be an elevation for that wall in the elevation drop-down menu. Okay. You can also select specific cabinets, your front face, assembly view, interior, right view, left view, back. What I believe what you can do, let's just do this. Let's bring it in here. What you can do with this, you see that's the exterior of it, but I bet you we could hit layers and we hit cabinets, and then we can hit ends and remove the ends there. You can see the interior of the cabinet. So if you want to have the customer be able to see what size the drawers are, what orientation the drawers are in, you can do that. You'll just have to go here, and in order to, I believe it's just blocking it for, yeah, because you can still see the ends on this cabinet. It only affects it for that one cabinet. Yeah, that's true. Okay, just want to make sure. But you just hit this layers button right here. This is very powerful. It's awesome. You can select a whole bunch of different things in there. So there. If you want to show the cross, the interior of the cabinet, you just go to layers. You can select what you see and what you don't see. So we have all these different options we can bring in. You can show the countertop sizes. You can bring those in there just like that. Say if you need to send that to your countertop manufacturer, or if you are the countertop manufacturer, you can do that. Toe assemblies, I don't know what that would be. Oh, I don't think I have those in there. Now, this is where everybody wants to know where things are at, where this is at, and that is the renders. How can I add a rendering to this page? Now, you see I have a rendering right here, and it's really easy. Let me show you how you do it. Okay, so you go to products. We're in the second bathroom, and we want to hit, a 3D view of this. So let's go over to 3D. Let's go to filled, and we have this view right here. We want this to be what we put on our drawing. All you have to do is go up to this little save button, click it, type in demo or name it whatever you want. You can name it the room, like the second bath, whatever. Hit OK, close out of that, go over to multi-print, then you're going over to this tab right here, Live 3D Views. And you're going to scroll down to the second bath. See, they're separated by rooms again. You're going to select Demo. You're going to drag it and drop it. And you're going to resize it to the way you want it to be. And there it is. Oop, we got to make that shorter. Just like that. That's pretty stinking easy. Now here is the absolutely coolest thing, and I love this because you spend a lot of time in multi-print at the very beginning. This is the thing that I think is just the coolest. So you have your product, double click on the product, say, hey, you know what? They don't want a door here. They want 2 drawers. Okay, let's separate them. 2 drawers. Okay, now I have to redo the render for the multi-print. I have to go into the 3D view, I have to select it, I have to save it again, and then import it into the multi-print. No, you don't. It automatically updates on your elevations, on your plans, on the render, everything. That is so cool. You can tell how excited I am by that because that is, I've dealt with other softwares and they were just terrible. Multi-print with this is just so awesome. So, and you can do other things too, like you have your text box. You can say, you can put something in here like, this is for the internet, and a whole bunch of exclamation marks. Okay, let's show the border on that. Okay, and we want that font to be enormous. Let's go 100. Oh, won't do it. Oh, I have to select it, sorry. Select this box. Let's make this 100. This is where the internet can't see it. So let's make that smaller. Let's make it 50. Just like that, okay? And you can grab that thing and you can move it around. You can put in there, hey, you can put whatever the heck you want in there. So if you have notes, you're saying, hey, just so you know, this is that one bathroom that we were talking about that we might have to adjust such and such on. Type that in there. That's fine. Or you can say, type in there, this bathroom has soft close hardware and all the other ones don't, or whatever. You can customize all of that. So that's really cool. Go to the select tool, click on that, and you can get it out of there by hitting delete. Let's see here. Okay, so you have all that done. You have all your pages set up. And trust me, I'm learning how to make this look better. It's something that you'll learn long term, and I'm getting better every time. This one is probably the best I've done so far, but I need to get better still. Anyway, what you're going to do to export this as a PDF, you can print it on your printer, but to export it as a PDF so you can send it to your customer, you go to print. You can select all these different options. I select Microsoft Print to PDF. You can select the pages that you want. Then you select OK. And it's going to ask you where to send it. I always send it to job plans. And you type in your stuff there. You type in what you want it to be, and you hit save, and that's where it's going to go every time. I always save mine to the jobs folder so that every time I need to look for job plans, if they are there, you can email that to your customer. It'll show up as in your web browser or their web browser when they open it. So let's look at this one, residence. See right there. Whoop. No, not right there. Right. Let's look at it like that. So it just shows up, in all these different pages, just like that. That's basically it. That's kind of an overview. Play around with it, figure it out. Just remember that everything that you adjust, everything that you do a revision on will be revised in the multi-print. It's very easy to use. It's very intuitive. You just need to know where to look. So that's what I'm trying to do with this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up on there. If you had any questions, go ahead and throw them in the comment section. If you like this type of content and it was helpful to you, help me out by giving me a subscribe, or a follow. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So I really appreciate you guys even considering doing that. Thank you very much. Take care. Hope you have a good one.